Now let's talk about the sound quality, guys. Sound quality. How is the sound quality? First, let's talk about the Huawei Devialet. It's better than the I think 85%, 90% of the earphones on the market. They are new. They are co-engineered with Devialet. The highs are good. It's a good bass. It will not impress you. The mids are okay, but it's a muddy sound. It's not high-end. I already talked about this. It's not high-end, but they impressed me. As you can buy them with 180 euros, something like this in Europe. With the Huawei Devialet, I obtain the 24 bits or even 32, I don't know how it's possible, into the power amp. And not only this, I obtain even if into the developer options with the Huawei Free Buds 2, like I'm showing you now, I obtain into the power amp with a lot of music, hip-hop, classic music, jazz, whatever you want. I obtain 32 bits in power amp at 96 kilohertz. It's not possible 32 that are advertised and have Ldac codec into the 24 bit. If we are going to the developer options on an Android phone, and please be careful to have the Ldac codec, to have all the codecs at APTX in Bowers and Wilkins Adaptive and Ldac in the Huawei Devialet, to have these codecs into your phone and into your device to benefit from it. If you don't have it, it's not possible to benefit from the audio sample. I can see, if you are seeing, it's 32-bit sample on the Galaxy S10 Plus. I think it's limited to 24 bits. The Hiby player, I think it's the greatest player you will find on the Android devices. You know, if you have external DAC, you can put it into your phone and you can listen to DSD from the Hiby player. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. Like I'm showing you now, I have 192 kilohertz at 24 bits, but at the output it says 16 bits. So I don't know exactly how you can gain beside power amp, but power amp delivers good sound. But I think even this one is a 16 bits, because are the problems on the market now. You can, to the streaming, you cannot stream. I think you cannot stream a clean tool for 24 bits. You got to have a lot of information in 24 bits. It's very hard to stream 24 bits. This is what I'm saying now. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's limited. So I think this is why the softwares do not recognize. I think the power amp, it's overrated when it tells us 42 bits. I think the Hiby music player does a cleaner job, a better job than the power amp, even if it shows 16 bits at the output information. Maybe the Hiby developer teams will think more about the Bluetooth. Through the cable, it's the best Android player into the cable if you are going by wire. Into the streaming of the Bluetooth, it's good, but I think it needs 24 bits. Next, Bowers and Wilkins. Bowers and Wilkins, guys. I think these earphones are amazing. I cannot find enough superlatives about these earphones. Are well balanced. The bass is great. It's like an extra real bass, and it's well calibrated. The heights are almost just a little bit near to the high end, like near perfect. I cannot find something to say bad about this sound. Even the mids are okay. The heights are great, are to the high end, almost to the high end. The dynamic range is great on the Bowers and Wilkins, even on the Huawei Devialet. And I will tell you the problem, I will return to the dynamic range. Now the sound is more calibrated, is more accurate, the sound quality into the Bowers and Wilkins. I cannot believe what earphones they made, but we cannot say Bowers and Wilkins and not thank to the high end. They are very expensive, like 500 euros are these earphones, but with a sale you can get them lower, and man, it worth every penny. If you are seeing now into the Bowers and Wilkins, it doesn't have APTX here, adaptive, but if we are going to the developer options, we can see here, guys, that it's APTX, but it's not adaptive. It's not Ldac, but the problem is the 60-bit sample, that even if I would put the 24 bits, it's not possible to listen if you are going back to this. Let's see, it switches back to the 16 bits, you see, 16-bit sample. And I got to tell you that even if it's 60-bit, I think the dynamic range, it's crazy. It's bigger than the 24 bits that Huawei Devialet actually made it. I'm not saying it's a lie, but Bowers and Wilkins makes great products that uses all the spectrum of the sound, all the streaming, band streaming. Even if you're streaming 60 bits, it's a real 60-bit streaming. You know, a lot of manufacturers like Sony exaggerate a lot about their frequencies, 40 kilohertz, like 50 kilohertz, like Sony, like they having one driver and a big driver to their headphones, and they are pretending to most of their products they have 50 kilohertz. It's 15,000 hertz. The human ear cannot hear above 20,000 hertz. And I like the Bowers and Wilkins and some brands like Denon, Bowers and Wilkins, Audio-Technica. They are serious. These brands for me are serious brands that do not exaggerate with the frequencies, and they are more serious. I don't like these manufacturers like they are talking about 48 kilohertz and they are not offering not even 18 kilohertz. It's a marketing strategy for those, let's say, not lying manufacturers, those manufacturers who exaggerate their products. It's a marketing strategy to attract your attention, to see they are more powerful, that having more hertz, more greatest quality, and in fact the quality it's lower than 60 kilohertz headphones or speakers. Relating to the Bowers and Wilkins, I promise you, if I will find a way to actually stream 24-bit audio, I will put into this video. Until now I didn't succeed, but I think I read on the Bowers and Wilkins and it says that the 24 bits is between both earphones, not streaming from the phone to the earphones. They specify this, and it's good that they specify this because they are saying that the 24 bits is between the connection of these two earphones. What I didn't talk is the battery, that these Bowers and Wilkins are advertised for, I think, 4 or 5 real hours of music listening, and this one you will gain 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours of real music listening. Bowers and Wilkins, it's a better quality of the materials, a better quality of inside of the electronics. You know, this is why you are paying more for this. Now guys, the clear winner is the Bowers and Wilkins. The Bowers and Wilkins are the best earbuds you will find on the market. I don't think anyone is capable of beating the Bowers and Wilkins. I listen and compare to the Sennheiser True Momentum, which also disappoint me. I told you, if they have one driver, you cannot manage to take out the whole spectrum frequency, or the Bang & Olufsen, because if they are having one driver, they cannot reproduce the entire frequency of which the human ear is supporting. So guys, without any doubts, the Bowers and Wilkins is the king, are the true earphones that you will pay an extra cash for this, but I think they are premium.